Welcome to No Rules Review with your host, Ethan Millay.
Hey everybody, Ethan Millay here. Today we're going to be talking about Downfall of Pompeii by Klaus-Jürgen Breda, designer of Carcassonne. Downfall of Pompeii, as the name implies, is about the fall of Pompeii, or not fall of Pompeii, fall of Herculaneum and, the city of Pompeii when the Mount Vesuvius erupted back in Roman times. It is a game for 2 to 4 players, and what makes it sort of unique is it's a game played in 2 different phases. In phase 1, times are great, and you are just bringing family members into the city. You're playing cards from your hand, and you're able to put little tokens into the different buildings in the city, and things are great. Pompeii's a wonderful city to live in. Come on in, everybody. And as you're playing these cards, Vesuvius begins to rumble. And when Vesuvius begins to rumble, people in the countryside get scared and they start coming into the city in even greater numbers. And it's great. You're bringing your relatives into the city and you're pushing and you're shoving and you're crowding each other out because, you want all the best buildings for yourself. And then Vesuvius erupts. And all of a sudden the game stops, cards go away, and now everybody has to flee Pompeii as lava begins to erupt or flow into the city. And yes, it wasn't really lava that was flowing in the city. It was a pyroclastic flow, but it doesn't matter. So, people are now drawing tiles from a bag, and they're placing them. The lava starts at different points in the city and can spread from there. And on your turn, after you play a lava tile, you're trying to run people out of the city, because you're going to get points based on how many people you get out of the city, minus how many people died. If you're explaining the game to somebody, this is the thing that sometimes gets people confused, because the amount of movement points that a token gets is based on the number of other tokens in its starting spot. So people who are surrounded by people can run a far distance. A person on their own can't run as far. And you're trying to run out of the different gates of the city. Problem is, the lava tends to flow towards those gates, and players tend to sort of screw each other over by cutting off means of escape. So, it's going round and around and around at this point in the game, and everybody sort of does this very weird disaster protocol where you run people right up to the gate, and then they just stand there. People go fleeing to the gate, screaming for their lives, and as soon as they're standing next to the gate, they sort of stop and they look around and they chat, and the lava's getting closer and closer, and they're just still standing and chatting, and sometimes they'll eventually run out. Other times they stand there and the lava just obliterates them. So the game goes until everybody's dead or people are trapped, and you always feel bad because there's usually 1 or 2 little people running around the city, and the lava's closing in on both sides, and they run to a gate and it gets cut off, and they got to turn around and start running to the other gate, and the lava's closing in, and even if it's not your person, you're sort of cheering for them to make it out, and unfortunately they don't tend to make it out. But hey, the fun thing is, if you kill them, you get to gleefully chuck them into a little 3D volcano in the game. There's nothing more fun than chucking human beings into a pot of molten rock. It's morbid, but it's such an ancient event that I guess we can play it. I don't know how eager people will be to play like the Fukushima tsunami game, but Downfall of Pompeii, we're happy to play it and kill people in a natural disaster. Don't dwell too much on it; it'll bother you. It's a fun game. It's a very light game. Like I said, 2 to 4 players, plays well with all the counts. There's some slight variations in the cards. You have to actually build the deck at the beginning of the game. So if you're having people over for this, I'd suggest you sort of build the deck beforehand. That way they don't have to sit there as you're building the deck. But quick, light, it can be very mean because, like in the city building phase, when you're bringing people into the city, there are these cards that will pop up that you basically just kill somebody, anybody you want in the city. So you're picking who to kill. Then when it comes to the lava, you could be murdering tons of people from another player, and I mean obviously on purpose, the little tokens go into the volcano, so you can't keep track of how many people have been killed. But it's sort of easy to keep track. You can be mean, and you can keep hurting one player. So this can be a mean game. If people are going to take it personally, maybe don't play a game like this with them. But if people don't mind it, if people enjoy the fun, light game, how the really neat dynamic of it sort of swapping mid-game from a placing people to a killing people game, I highly suggest Downfall of Pompeii. It did get reprinted a few years ago, so it's easy to find now. I don't play it a lot, but I do play it occasionally. If I can get 4 people and I'm looking for a game that's sort of unique, I'll pull this one out because it plays in like half an hour, maybe 45 minutes if you push it. That's it. Downfall of Pompeii. This has been Ethan Malay. If you like what you saw, share, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye now.
This has been another No Rules review by Ethan Malay. If you enjoyed this video, consider sharing, commenting, liking, and most importantly, subscribing. For this and other great games, join us over on BoardGameGeek.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.